Your boy Vernon checking in, you heard me? And I wanna address a subject that's becoming more and more trendy, I should say, in my community. But what made me really want to address this today was I ran into a situation, or I ran into a subject on the internet that was extremely, extremely disturbing. And before I get into exhibits and my commentary, I want to put these disclaimers out. Number one, I speak on the rule. I don't speak on the exception because there's always going to be somebody who, well, I know. No, I'm not talking about the exception to the rule. I speak on the rule. In other words, I speak on the majority, not the minority. Number two, this is not a gender war page/channel. This is not a gender war page/channel. I repeat. Number three, this is not a bash black women channel. This is a solution-based, solutions-oriented, pro-truth page where we address a problem and come up with a solution, or I give the solution. So I want to put that out there. This is not a black, and I want to add this too. This is not a black woman versus black men. That's not what this page is about. Again, this page and this channel is pro-truth, where we address a problem and I give you the solution. Now, the thing is this. I understand that anytime you deal with an issue in the black community, the first thing people begin to do is deflect. Well, the white people do it too. The black people, the Mexican. And this has been a problem. You have to sweep, and people may say, well, why are you always addressing things? Well, number one, I'm black. I only date black women. I love black people. I love all people. But it's in my best interest as a black man to try to improve my own community. That's normal. Right? Excuse me, I'm a little under the weather if y'all hear me sniffling. And that has held us back over the years. And the people who are in charge, or I would say our leaders or our politicians or whatever you want to call it, they have been misguiding us and telling us for years and years and decades that, hey, black man, it's not your fault. Hey, black woman, it's not your fault. No matter how hard you work, the white man gonna hold you back. No matter what you do. So what that has did was it blinded us from our own issues. And once we don't see them, we can't fix something we can't see because we blind to it, right? But I'm not going to go too deep off into that. I'm going to just stick to the reason and the topic of this video. I've noticed over the last couple of years, there's been an uprising in black men killing black women. Now, to address other races, because again, I know how my people are. They'll come in the comment section and say, oh, well, the white people been. Yes, white people have been doing it. Mexicans getting their wives assassinated for divorce and, certain situations, child support or whatever. So they've been doing that. That's what they do. And again, I'm not picking at no race either. It's not a racist channel. It's not we going against black people. We going against white people. So we're not doing that. I'm just addressing the truth. Again, this is a pro-truth channel. Right? Pro-truth, we understand most people don't want to hear anything true. They don't. We understand that, right? However, it's been an uprising in black men killing black women. And we have to address that. That is a problem. We all know it's a problem. So what we have to do is, once we understand that, hey, we have a problem, we got to understand what breeds the problem and then come up with the solution, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a few exhibits, and of course I'm going to chime in. But I want to go to the main situation that I ran into across social media has been going viral all day. And what made me really make this video. And let's address that. Let's break that down. Let's go to it. Louisiana man exposed text messages of his girlfriend cheating and planning on setting him up to get killed by her side dude. Did you hear that? Did you read that? Let's go to the side. Let's read the text a little bit. Let's try to read what text that has been released. First of all, look what this woman has this guy under. See, the woman, let me show you something. The woman, they like to say women are smarter than men. That's a lie. The woman is very cunning. She's very, very, very cunning. She's so cunning, she'll have you shaking hands with the dude who she's having sex with. This how cold-blooded the woman is. Now, I want to say this also. Most times, not all, or I can't say all because I always got to blame the man for this happening. I got to blame the man. You know, I'm not a misogynist, but I'm a male chauvinist. I do believe the man is the head. And so we have to always blame the man first. That's why I tell people, if you're going to bash black women, that's okay if that's what you want to do on your page or channel. I can't stop you. But we must start with the black man because the black man is the head. So the black woman, or really women, period, but I'm speaking again to my women, right? Whatever you put into her, you're going to get it out. Give her your seed, she going to give you a baby. You give her some groceries, she going to make you a meal. You give her a home, she going to make it a house. You give her a house, she going to make it a home. Whatever you give the woman, by her being a receiver, maternally, by the way she was created, she's a receiver. And to the point, whatever you give her, she gives you something. She's multiplied whatever you give her. So if you give her hell, she's going to give you Satiana in a dress. The worst thing you can do, and I tell dudes is, listen, because a lot of times what we'll do as men, we'll treat women so wrong until eventually we get it right. But by that time, the woman is dead cold. Leave that woman, bro, and start over, bro. Because this woman, once she goes cold, you can turn into Prince Charming. The damage has already been done. I've been in this situation, so I know. Right? So, this could have been a situation where, and again, this is why I'm blaming him. It could have been a situation like that where he had treated this woman wrong and drove her to do this. Or let's talk about the other side, which is, again, I blame the man. You got a lot of men out here today, and by most men, especially black men, most, not all, but most of them are being raised by mothers in matriarchal households. They are subservient to women by default. Because coming up, all they know is mama made stuff happen. And if mama didn't make it happen, mom made it happen, or maybe aunties or a few of homegirls. So all they understand is being subjective to the feminine principle by default. It's not even their fault. But at some point as a man, you got to be like, look. And so because they become so subservient to women by default, they get with these women and they let the women control and run the show. And naturally, this turns the woman off. It may work for a while in the beginning stages, you letting her take charge and run everything and never telling her no and not having no structure or no, you don't have no standards or structure with this woman. You just letting her basically do whatever she wants, say whatever she wants. Go, just know I'm trying to find the proper word that I want to use. It's no masculinity in this relationship, and you think, well, I'm just want to keep her happy. I just want to make her. You going against a principle that was created by God called. Well, I ain't gonna say what it's called. I call it the order of God. Is God in Christ, Christ in man, man over woman, woman over children. So when you exude that and put the woman over the man by letting her basically run everything, you going against the order of God. So so automatically what's going to happen is she's going to come omnipotent. She's going to eventually grow resentment. She's going to start looking at you as a weakling. Because the woman, I tell people all the time, and a lot of women, it's funny that the white women that I sell this to, they be like, they agree with it, but only the black women won't agree with it, and it's for obvious reasons, but I won't go into that right now. But the black woman won't agree with what I'm about to say, and that's that women are children. Women are children. And the sooner you understand it as a man, you'll be in a better position. Yes, they can have businesses. Yes, I know women who have their own business. I know women who are doctors. I know women who have PhDs. I know women who are I know all pages of women. And yes, women have different traits. All women may be different, but biological, all women are wired a certain way. They all have this. I've known women who are saved, sanctified, filled with the Holy Spirit, and it's certain things that the woman it's just like it's like peeing and boo-booing. She can't help it. She have to do it. Your woman is going to challenge you, right? It's going to be time where your woman she going to do everything she can to pull that masculine out of you. And if it's not there because you didn't have no man growing up or men who was in and out, you're not going to be able to, that testosterone has been dosed. That flame has been dosed. Now it can always be relit by God. God can relight that. Because see, once you go to God, right, you automatically by default got to become in your role as a masculine man. This is not no mean, and even though that's how it's looked at, due to the way society is. If you're a man with any type of structure or values or discipline or morals, you're mean. You hate your mom. You insecure. You all kind of names, right? And men don't want to be called those names, and a lot of time women will shun those type of men. So men have become simps by nature, black men rather, because these other men, they do what they do, and they women automatically come to them. But that's because how they're raised. They're raised in their communities to be wives. Our women are raised to not compliment our man and be wives, but to compete with our men. It's just a thing by default. Because again, most of us are coming up in homes where it's just mom, and mom make everything happen. Dad may come every blue moon, but mom is the boss, right? And so anyway, going back to my subject, and so just by you operating with a woman that way, it's going to turn bad because she's going to challenge you, and you don't never put up that testosterone masculinity that they like to call today toxic, which is just not toxic, it's just being a man. They're going to start to resent you. They're going to start to, because see, women will play their role. Women will play their role like they want a girlfriend with a penis. In other words, they don't. And again, women don't really know what they want for the most part. They think they want a girlfriend with a penis, but they really don't. And of course, a girlfriend with a penis agrees with everything she says, does what she says, and just completely just whatever the woman say, let her run the show. Babe, here to check, you do everything, right? Babe, you pick where we going. Babe, what we doing this weekend? The woman is gonna come resentful of that because that's not the order of God, right? So What she's going to do is she's going to begin to seek out a masculine man. And as we about to see in this text message, it may be a man who has less or nothing. But it's going to be the feminine in her that want to seek out a real man. So let's get into this text, and I'm going to finish my commentary and go to other exhibits. So who be effing you better? Now again, this is the woman is I spoke about this and I end up going to another subject, but the woman is very cunning, man. And I seen one female, I had another situation like this. I believe I made a video on my YouTube. I don't really remember. If I didn't make it on my YouTube, I made it and I didn't release it because I got a lot of unreleased videos. But it was about a woman who kind of did something similar, but what she did was she had her side dude in her contacts as Timu. So Timu send those little critics, and Timu send you all kind of promotional items, all promotional texts all through the day. So if the dude 9 times out of 10 might not click, or if a dude go on your phone, which is most of these females, you ain't catching them because they gonna be deleting, putting stuff on vanish mode and doing all kind of extra stuff. But if they get caught slipping and you get in the phone and go to their text message, they'll have they side dude under Uncle, air quotes, Timu, Sheen. I seen one female even had it under her name. My bad, I'm sorry. I seen one female in a text message like this, because these things always happening, right? These things are constantly happening. But I seen one female had hers under the dude name. She had his name in the phone, but a side dude. So a dude not gonna go check if he do look in her phone, the last number he gonna look under is his name. She had the text coming in a contact that she had named after her dude. These women are very cunning and they shrewd with it. Sneaky. So let's get into this text. So who be effing you better, me or him? She replies, you. So why are you still with him then? You know I want you, but where am I going to live or what am I going to drive? He gives me all that, just saying. So again, apparently, this dude must not have something that this guy has, right? So in other words, this guy has more than him, and again, we about to see how far she's willing to go. So why we ain't go with the plans then? I told you. So you must got feeling for him or something. If I can't off him, take this man's life. You the one brought it up, how it changed. She had told this man, she brought up devising a plan of killing her boyfriend for a guy who apparently don't even have a house in the car. It didn't. All I said was just wait. Till when? Till when though? At least after my daughter B-Day, then yeah. Now this probably, I don't know, because she didn't say our daughter, so this probably is a child from somebody else that this guy is helping her raise by putting her in a home in a vehicle, and she's still willing to gamble that, probably because this guy has some good penis. As she said aforementioned, he F's her better. I feel like you lying. I'm literally not. You know what we talked about. Let's go to the next one. What you doing? So you already playing, bro. You already playing. Get bro a card and send me that Apple Pay. What's taking so long? I haven't forgot, baby. Doing it now. Nathan was waiting till he fell asleep. Sends him $750. Now think about the boyfriend that she's with, for him to just have her on his account or whatever, for her to be able not send 100, not send 50, not send $200, $300, $400, $750, right? And if she did that, apparently apparently this is something she's able to do. She has an allowance. She has access to his fund for her to do that. Probably a stay at home. Nothing. Have he left? This is the dude. She says, yep. All right, can I come over? She replies, yes. When? He says, now. She says, yes. Okay, I'm on the way. Okay, let me know when you're close. My. So I want to bring y'all to what happened. Now I don't know what the end game it is. Hopefully he end up because a lot of these dudes will let stuff like this go down. They'll play mad and then they'll get back with the woman because they so in love, they so simped out. Cause he definitely a simp. But so I'm gonna go give you a few more exhibits and then we'll return.
Go cheat and burn him. Go that you've been talking to on the low because you always thought she was cheating anyways. Go that raw. Wash your. Let him nut in you though. Wash your and your raw. Let him nut in you. Let the bacteria formulate and fight against each other. You're gonna be confused because it's like, what's all this new bacteria? Like, what the fuck? And you're gonna have chlamydia. Then you want to get in the shower, wash up, and to make sure he got chlamydia too. And then you want to be like, oh, so you somebody else? You burnt me? And then break up with him. Free game. If you think that cheating, go cheat and burn.
You understand where I'm coming from? Do you hear what this woman is saying? Do you hear? Do you hear? Do you hear Glorilla? Do you hear Meg Thee Stallion? Do you hear the City Girls and all of these female rappers? This is the message that they send to women, black women. And again, see, the woman, she may be cunning and she's impulsive and emotional. But the thing about her is, no matter how emotional, how impulsive, how upset a woman can get, just as a woman, it's not that much damage she can do. It's really not that much damage. But see, when you have a man who, again, as mentioned earlier in this video, most of these young men are being raised by women, coming up in matriarchal households, being raised by grandma, mama, the friends, the auntie. They are men. On the outside, they're heterosexual, but they're women. They're women with penises. So when these simps, by default, again, they become subservient to women by default. Let me repeat that. Which is their father's fault. When they get with these type of women, they simp out, and guess what happens? They become subservient and in love. But remember, they're a man. So when they find out this woman cheating and they find out text messages like I showed you earlier in this video, they can't handle it and I'm not going to even talk about it. Really, any man. That's why they got a thing called a crime of passion. Any man, even if you're a masculine man, you could trip out. But I'm just saying, especially a man who is raised by women that don't know how to control his emotions, and he's overly emotional and he's impulsive like his mom and his grandmother, like women, what happens? His anger, unlike the woman who's can't really call them a damage, his anger can cause a lot of damage because he got the impulsive, emotional energy of a woman inside a male frame, which can be very deadly. So then you have situations like this.
She was a real inspiration person.
The family of Driana Booker is still trying to comprehend the loss of their loved one tonight. Police say Booker was stabbed to death on December 7th in a home on Bluff City Boulevard in Elgin. The man accused of the murder is 36-year-old Pierre French, who the family says was Booker's husband. Their divorce was set to be finalized in January.
We want justice for my baby, you know? Everything we putting it in God's hands as well.
and Lord have mercy.
Court records show Booker also had an emergency order of protection filed against French back in July. Now the couple's 6 children, ranging from 1 to 14 years old, are left without both of their parents.
Her kids meant the world to her. Like, nobody could take her kids away from her, and we gonna forever have her kids every day.
The family now rallying together as they say Booker will always be remembered for the love she showed to those around her.
She meant like the world, because she the one that inspired me to like start all my braids and like do my own hair. And she always reminded me like, you're so pretty.
We got God in our life. Yeah. And they my strength and I'm their strength.
So French now faces first-degree murder charges, and he is due back in court on Wednesday.
She
Now, if you somebody who's saying that in your mind, so in other words, Vernon is justifying when men kill their wives or their girlfriends. This channel is not for you. I can tell you right now, because you don't have common sense. You don't have an IQ level to understand where I'm coming from for you to even think something like that. Absolutely, I would never justify anybody killing anybody. Right? But what I'm telling you is, again, as I just said, when you have a young man who was raised by women and had the emotions of a woman in a male frame, it can turn extremely deadly. So you got these women, like I just let you hear, you got all of these female rappers telling you to be a prostitute, telling you if your man cheat back. If he hurt you, hurt him back. That's very dangerous and counterproductive. We got to be adults. We got to be grown-ups. And if a man cheat on you, or if a woman cheat, but let's start with the man. If a man cheat on you, he putting you in a situation where you can get hurt by another woman physically. He putting you in a situation where you can get a disease. That should be enough for you right there. We got a family. Now, if you married, I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you if you married. You might have to work that out. But if you're not married, which is a lot of people not, especially in our community, we just love having babies out of wedlock. Well, that's another story for another day. But what I'm saying is this. When you have a young man who you trying to play get back with, who is like you can't call them a damage as a woman. You might get mad and get hurt and start screaming and may slap him a few times, but the man, and you might have accepted it. Women take things better than us. So you cheated on her, she got hurt, she moved on. Now she cheated on you. Men can't take that because we got the pride aspect of it. So we don't deal with just the heartbreak. We dealing with the pride aspect of it. Where this is constantly replaying in our heads, and some men can't take that. Now, if you're a masculine man and you understand discipline and understand how to process things, and okay, if I do this, it's gonna cause this, and then I'm gonna be in a worse situation. But if you not, because you was raised by women, you're impulsive, you overly emotional, and you don't think about what you did till after it's already done, which is too late. Right? So then you have dudes and females. You have dudes and females, and I'm about to show y'all in this neck, who is going to be saying, oh, poor her. Oh, we don't know. She shouldn't, he shouldn't. And again, I'm not justifying it, but I do understand that everybody is human and everybody reacts to certain things different because everybody was raised a certain way. Right? So it's wrong and it's sad and it's unfortunate, but I don't speak about it. I don't pass by those type of situations and say, oh, that's sad. I don't say anything because I don't know what she did. But I mean, she had kids with him. She put a protective order on it, but we don't know what else happened. They saying that to make her come off as the victim. We don't know if this woman was like this. That made him trip out in the first place to get a restraining order. We don't know if this woman was like this. That made him flash out to make her get a restraining order. So when I see these type of situations, I don't say it's sad. I don't say nothing. I just pray for the poor children. I pray for the family. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody knows. But we have to, but like I said, I'm addressing this because this is why we have to stop. We have to be grown-ups, man. If somebody cheat on you, young lady, it's time for you to get you an exit plan. Not go get back. Because that can be very dangerous to you and your children. And you'll have a guy like this who will come up and to say something like this.
It's not my fucking business. Or they had a girl that got murdered.
And y'all say he insensitive. He miserable. You call him everything and try to go over what he said is true. Let me let you
Whatever went down with them people, it's not my fucking business. Or they had a girl that got murdered and they shot her 17 times and you know what that guy did? Do you know? That girl could have set a motherfucker up that got him killed. That girl could have set a motherfucker up that got him jacked. That girl could have set a motherfucker up to get that person or somebody fucked over. So you have to know the situation. So when I see shit like that happen, broad daylight or whatever, motherfucker get executed, that's not my fucking business.
So, again, I feel where he coming from. Now, what I will do is try to speak on a video like I'm doing now. So for the people of us that's still alive, we can be proactive in situations like this. But I'm not going to get all sad. If it's, family member, they're entitled to get sad. That's their family member. But you have people all across the internet who will talk about you and try to personally attack you and hit you with ad hominem attack, all because you like, listen, man, I don't know what happened. Oh, it's still sad. Well, yeah, it's sad. Anytime somebody lose their life. But it's also sad when somebody get their heart broke for nothing. And again, like I said, it's the man's fault because one or two things happened. Either he put evil in her and now he's trying to change, but she's still on that evil kick because he put that in her, or he's weak. And by default, he made her to do something like that. And the woman is never going to take the woman, again, like I said, and I got to say this because I know how people are, well, I take accountability. It's all, anything I say is never all or nothing. I speak on the rule, not the exception. So yes, it's women who take accountability, but 88.89% of women, they're not, let me bring that up. 90-something% of women are not taking accountability. They're not going to say, you know what? Yeah, they're not going to do this, especially when shit hit the fan, especially when something really happened. They're not going to do it. They not going to do it. And as a matter of fact, they might come up with, and that's what really be having time. That's also what adds to it. You're already dealing with heartbreak. You got your pride. You're kind of replaying this in your head. But what puts the cherry on the Sunday in a lot of these situations that make these dudes go overboard and want to kill or physically assault the woman is she's not taking accountability. Well, you did this to me. Well, you did this 100 times. I did it one time. They won't take accountability. At least a man will take accountability and say, "Babe, I'm sorry." He'll try to, money or take you. He'll try to do. The woman not doing that in most situations. So I want to go to another situation I seen. And I said to myself, wow. And this is why I want to go to the comment section of this. Nobody knows what happened. Nobody knows what she did. Nobody knows. But guess what? Everybody gonna take the woman's side. He's wrong for what he did. But I can guarantee he didn't wake up that morning, brush his teeth and say, you know what? We about to get it. I'm about to do this today. I can guarantee you this. But nobody gonna take his side. And this is why I tell you, dude. I tell dudes this all the time. The simping is not gonna help you, bro. If you don't want to, also tell dude, if you don't want that woman, don't be with her. Make everything, if you don't want to be with her to the point where you're going to trade. Yeah, see, these dudes trying to get out people's business. Unless that's your family member, then it's your family member. You die behind your family member. If that's a random woman you don't know, mind your business. And I remember I was talking to a lady one time, we was just talking, and I asked her, I say, if we was in public and a woman got hit by a man, would you expect me? Yeah, I would. I said, you out your damn mind. I'm not giving nobody this. They got dudes get killed like that. Not getting nobody business, man, because I don't know what's going on. Right or wrong, but if anything, I might call authority. But as far as me physically getting in it myself, absolutely not. And you better not get in there and do with me. Because he's wrong for what he's doing. But he didn't do that for nothing. Then you got a lot of people out here with all kind of mental illness, and they like they'll be back tomorrow tonight. They'll be back tomorrow tonight. They'll be back tonight. They'll be back. I said be back tomorrow tonight. They'll be back together tonight. Let's go to the comment section. They finna go viral. What they doing fighting? Damn hollering. Damn fool. Call the police. Okay, Mr. Keep Me Bride, I'm on your side. I mean, if anything I'm gonna do, I'm gonna call the police and say, look, man, and I wouldn't probably do that, but I'm saying, if it's getting kind of out of hand, he beating her to a bloody pulp and I'm really feeling bad, I'm not getting involved. Call me a coward, call me whatever you want, I'm not getting involved because, again, I don't know what's going on. This woman could have just had this man around, this woman could have had this man's children around somebody. And again, it's no justification of putting your hand on a woman or killing her. But I'm saying people have feelings and everybody handles situations different. So I can't say what he should do, what I would do. What I would do would be different, but he might be different than me. He might have was raised by his mama and he's overly impulsive and overly emotional and don't know how to control his emotions. So he's acting like a female, but in a male form, which is very dangerous, as for mentioned. Okay, Mr. Keep Me Bride says, call the police. Miss Vicky says that part with the same that you're using the film, these unfortunate events. They just rip and fan. It's sad how people just stand by and watch stuff like this happen. Nothing funny about it. Well, I'm not going to address Mr. Tierra because she's a woman. So I would understand and expect a woman to have a comment like that. We supposed to save you, protect black women, right? Okay. And I'm thinking the same thing. Those some sorry men. Now, Mr. Ulysses Red right here, he says that that's some sorry men. Now, mind you, he don't know what's going on. I'm not speaking about this guy. He's feminine. I can say that because you fighting a woman that's feminine. You shouldn't be doing that. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't be doing that. But I don't know again. I don't know this man's upbringing. Could have been raised by his mom. So this is how he reacts. He reacts overly emotional and he's very impulsive. But I'm not going to say he's sorry because I don't know the case. Like I said, we don't know what happened. Crackheads going wild. Yeah, I doubt it. I don't know if they're on crack. I guarantee they're in a relationship. This wasn't no random situation. Oh, you hear? Call the popo. Okay, Miss Carol, call Anthony. Why is you watching and not helping? See what I'm saying? This is a man saying that. This is a man. Mr. Rashad Savers says, why are you watching and not helping? Because she's smart. Now, I mean, you recording it. That you never know she might know that person. She might know that person and say, look, I'm not gonna get into it, but I'm recording so you can get this video to the police. You never know what the situation was. Of course they're gonna run the social media. I mean, that's normal these days. Whether it's right or wrong, it's normal. Miss Savannah, again, I don't really want to address the women. I understand a woman's response. This is how they're going to respond. And you and the other two people that walked up just sat there and watched, as they should have. Man, let that one look like this. Why do you call the police? No, he's not. Because, again, that's another thing. He's not going to go to jail. She's not going to allow him to go to jail. Right? And if you somebody who call yourself, that's another thing I've told people. Stay out of those situations. Because I can guarantee you the woman going to go back and you will be out there looking stupid. I've told dudes this several times. I understand dudes going to represent their sister. Me, I'm only standing up behind my mom. Because I know how these females is. You, as my sister, you'll go out there and get in a situation and put your life on the line or freedom, and next thing you know, your sister back messing with this dude. Absolutely not. Now my mama, I just gonna die behind my mama and deal with consequences. But anybody else, absolutely not. I bet he won't put his hand on a real man. That's that simp talk. But yeah, I just want to close this video out, man. With I gave my commentary and how I feel. And it's just a sad situation what we see going on in our community with so many of our black men killing our black women. And our black women although it's unfortunate, most times it's not for nothing. Nobody just wakes up and says, I'm about to kill my wife. I'm about to kill my baby mother. And in some cases, myself. We seen this just happen with Duchess Dior and the what's his name? The Frenchman, which was two Facebook social media influencers. Went on live, had a big old situation by both of them. He said he was gonna kill her, so his stuff, so his boo boo stank. He ended up doing it. Was it right? Of course. Again, no, it was wrong. But everybody handles situations different, and we have to be proactive in these situations. Somebody cheating on us, let's move around. Let's not get them back, ladies. Men, if you're not in the position, if you haven't had your set, if you haven't been raised by your father, and you got a lot of that feminine energy in you, to the point where you subservient to women, to the point where you are a girlfriend with a penis, you do what she say, you completely compliant and subservient to women because that's how you was raised. It's not your fault. So what you need to do is you need to seek God and ask him for his wisdom, his guidance, and to strengthen your masculinity and to strengthen your testosterone, so your manly values can take control of your body. Your manly values can take control of you, which will trickle down to the woman. You're going to be respected more. You're going to be loved more. And this goes for your children, everything. You have to be a man. And because a lot of you men have failed y'all sons, I'm going to say it like this, because a lot of y'all was failed by your fathers, you're going to have to go to God and get the guidance. There's a whole bunch of guys out here like me, and there's guys where you can go get, self-help. There's guys where you can go on the internet and get self-help lectures, self-help courses and all kind of things like that. But if you don't have the finances or the means to do that, just go to God. That's the cheat code. God is the cheat code. God is the life hack to everything. And say, God, look, it's hard for me to deal with women and put my foot down. Not be no evil man, but be a man. Be a man, right? And I can't do that because I didn't have no role model. My gas tank is full of feminine gasoline because that's who I was raised by. God fixed that. God fix that, fix me, and then send me a woman that's going to accept that. Because a lot of these women today, they've been so propagandized by this music and by just the culture that tells them they can do no wrong. Black girl magic, yes, queen, yes. Anytime you tell them anything for this structuring or discipline your household or putting your foot down, or you even tell them no, they already thinking about an exit plan. Because they have so much pride, because again, they have been propagandized by the music and by just the overall culture, where the black woman is strong and independent, and in most cases because she has to be. I just seen, and I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna close, I just seen recently, Father's Day just passed, right? And all you hear in the black community is black fathers whining and crying on social media about how they not celebrated like the women are on Mother's Day. And the reason why it's a black issue, you'll never hear no You never hear no white man complaining about that. You never hear no Mexican man complain. Well, we don't get the same respect that our Mexican women get, or our Chinese women get, or our white women get from Mother's Day. We don't get that same. Only black men was on social media whining about that. You know why, black man? You know why you not? You know why Father's Day is not a big thing in the black community? You know why? Because most of you Negroes have left your children. Y'all left y'all children to be raised by this woman. Y'all left y'all boys to be raised by these women who don't know how to raise boys, who can't raise boys, who after the age of 8 or 9 have nothing else to teach the boys because they've never been and never will be a boy. And in the black community, the mother, whether it's by default or however you want to look at it, you might say, well, the woman always win the custody in court, or whatever you want to say. The woman has, however you want to put it, by force, whatever you want to say, by social engineering, whatever, the woman has been forced to take care of the black community. She's been forced to raise the children. She's been forced to do everything on her own. So, of course, she's more celebrated because she's the one who is seen that's never leaving the child's side. Mama is always there. That's who's always there, mama. And like I said, I know some of you guys might say, yeah, because they have to be. They don't have a choice. Whatever you want to say, however you want to put it. The mother is always there. She don't have a choice to leave. And if she do, she just giving up her children to foster care because that happens. But for the most part, the black woman is being and I give her a credit in that area. Whether she's able to do it or not. You know, in these foreign countries, I did research like in Philippines, that some of these women, when they become single mothers, they commit suicide because it's just too hard. And this is, and you got women in the black community, I've dated them. They raising 3-4 children on their own. You know how hard that is? You know how stressed, do you understand how that is? Listen, man, I don't even have children. I have cats. That's my animal that I like. I like cats. I don't like dogs. I like cats because they very tidy. I just like cats. That's another story why. But sometimes raising all my cats is just like, damn. And it's cats. I can get rid of them if I want to bring them to a shelter, put them up for adoption. You can't do that with your children. You stuck with them children. And majority of these black women, majority of these black women, 70% of them are raising these children alone by themselves. And that's hard. And God bless them for the ones who doing it right and the ones who doing it productive. All of them ain't, but the ones who is, God bless them. But that's why the woman in our community Mother's Day is more celebrated than Father's Day, because she's looked at as the strong, independent fighter in our community. She's always there. She never leave our side. No matter what we go through, no matter what decisions we make, mama is always there. So of course she's going to be celebrated more than a black man in our community, whom in most cases are absent. And if he's not absent, he come around when he wants something, like vagina. Come around when he need a place to stay. Come around when he need he come around for a Father's Day photo op. Other than that, he's not around. And in some cases, he's chasing other women, being in a relationship with other women, taking care of their children. But yeah, man, I'm gonna end this video, man. But I just wanted to touch on this situation that I'm passionate about, because, as black men, we already killing each other up like flies, which has to stop. But now we killing our women. Come on, man. It's just sad. But I don't justify it. I mean, in some situations, I understand the crime of passion is just sad and unfortunate. But I'm all about being proactive. This is a solutions-based and solution-oriented channel. So we gotta we gotta figure out what the problem is. I just told y'all, and we gotta stop it. We gotta stop having our children. And the women don't get off. They gotta stop. They gotta pick better fathers. You gotta pick guys who this drug dealer not gonna be around. How is he gonna be around? He's gonna get killed in the street or be in prison in most situations. Do some dudes slip through the crack? Yeah. But those eyes are not to be chanced when you got a child together with somebody. Having sex that's one which I don't support. recreational sex with. That's who you want to have sex with. But make sure some type of protection is being used, because bringing children in the world with degenerate people, all you doing is setting your child up to be a degenerate. People who sell drugs, people in illegal activities, people who just don't want another life. They in their 30s have no career. They just don't want another life. Why would you have children with these people? Right? Well, yeah, man, I'm a close, man. And I thank y'all for listening to your boy Vernon Guillen signing out. You heard me.